Okay, so many people have joined already. So let's wait for 5 more minutes. Until then, if you want to say something, just go ahead. Okay, so many people have joined already. So let's wait for 5 more minutes. Okay. So has anyone started the application already, or everyone is just planning to do it? Is there anyone who has already started? Okay. Anyone in contact with their hosts, supervisors? Okay. Looking for the host. Anyone who has already been working on the proposal and already prepared the proposal? Anyone who already found the host, just drop me a message. Looking for the host. Proposal. Okay. Is there anyone who has actually gone through the website of JSPS and read through the instructions? Because we are going to do it today. Okay, great. Okay, so I think we should start the meeting. Please, some of you who can do it, तो camera on कर सकते हैं, because it will be easy to communicate. Those who cannot do it, traveling or somewhere is okay, but those who can do it, those who are in their lab and can talk, please switch on your camera. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna share my slide. My slide is visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm Dr. Preeti, and I'm in Japan from last 1.5 years. I'm a JSPS postdoctoral fellow in University of Tokyo. My department is system innovation. It's like a multidisciplinary department. It comes under School of Engineering. So a little bit about myself. As I told, I am now in University of Tokyo, but before that I joined as a JSPS fellow in Kyushu University. I stayed there for 4 months. And before that, I was a postdoctoral fellow in NTHU Taiwan, National Tsinghua University. For my work experience, I did work as a technical manager in R&D Accelerated Cleaning Systems, Mumbai. I worked 1 year in GLA University, Mathura, as assistant professor. And I also have a small startup which is not in working now. And I did my PhD in environmental science and engineering from IIT Kharagpur. I have seen that many of you have registered from IIT Kharagpur. I did my master's in environmental science and technology from North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. I did my 1 year project from CSIR Neri, Nagpur. I did my BTech in biotechnology. As you can see that my profile is like interdisciplinary, so it is difficult to, get into something which is like core. For example, environment is a part of civil, but I cannot get through the civil department because it's difficult for me because they always prefer the person who has done BTech in civil. So those are also the challenges you might also be facing if you have changed the streams. These are my some other things which I do in my free time. So all of you are here for JSPS fellowship, and I would like to just inform you a little bit about it. The fellowship is two types, standard and short term, which you might already have read it. So the standard program is 12 to 24 months, but usually every postdoctoral fellow apply for 24 months, which is quite efficient, and it's okay to apply for two years because it gives you a little bit security once you get the position. And this is open for everybody. So globally, everyone apply for this. And that's why it is really competitive. So it's about only 10% of the applications get through because all the streams apply for it, not only sciences or engineering. So all law, humanities, social sciences. It covers your monthly allowance, it covers your travel cost, insurance, and research funding. So the thing which you will get is a monthly allowance, your travel, insurance will be covered automatically. And apart from this, you will get the like the fee for translocating yourself. So moving money you will get around 200,000. Okay, so the application process and timeline. I would like to tell you that if you have already started for searching the host, it's good. If you don't get a host until like this time, so I would like you to suggest that you start searching for the host and apply for the next term because it is usual that people contact to the host at least 1 year before. So I will suggest at least contact 6 months before. I would like to mention here, since I'm in Japan, that Japanese people are like to be very disciplined. They take things very slow but correct. So they don't do anything in hurry. कि आप 2 महीने पहले apply करें and then everybody will be ready. No, you keep in touch with them at least 1 year before or at least 6 months before. You find a host, you be in talking terms, share ideas, and then they will, when they get comfortable with you, then they will host you. So it's not like they don't decide in rush. So this is a pro tip I would like to give. Keep contacting, finding the host researcher. If you go to the conferences, find someone from Japan and talk to them. One more thing here I would like to add that okay, this will come next. And then, as I told, co-develop a research plan. But the first priority is, first important thing is for you that you prepare the proposal by yourself. You create the idea, you create the proposal, everything, and you share with them. It should align with their research idea, with their research work, what they are doing. Okay, so most of you or like everybody see the last date for JSPS on the website, but actually because you have to apply it through the host institution, so you have to submit the application 1 month before the actual deadline of JSPS. So this like I didn't know before, many of you didn't know maybe, and many of us who applied before didn't know it until you get the host because nobody tells you this thing. So this is very, very important. that don't consider the JSPS website date as the last date of your JSPS fellowship, because that's not the last date for the host institution. So usually it is 1 month before. For example, let's say 28 June is the last date on the JSPS website. But you have to submit your application in the institute on like before 28 May, if it is in June, right? So 1 month before. This is very, very important. So this thing and this thing you should keep in mind. Application window is 2 times a year. If you don't get it this time, you can apply next time. If you don't find a host this time, keep looking for the host, apply next time. And the result will take 3 to 4 months after the submission. Now, selecting the suitable host and the institution. This is very tricky because you have to go through a lot. You have to search a lot of websites, a lot of people. But there are two things which you can, which can make it easy for you. So one is find someone your supervisor know, or like anybody in your scientific community know, because believe it or not, or like it's harsh truth that in research contacts matters and recommendation plays an important role. So it will be a good idea if you know someone through somebody, or like anybody in your supervisor's contacts or anybody in collaboration. It's super easy to get in touch with them rather to apply to a new host. But don't lose hope, because I applied randomly. I found my host, and I really found a good host. So there is always a hope. So for that, what you can do is, of course, you read a lot of research papers when you write your papers, right? It is related to your research work. So make a list of the people who you can approach for hosting your application. So make that list and go through their recent publications. You'll find other people also who are working in similar field. So for example, if a paper has maybe 10 authors, so go through each one's profile and see who is the professor in their respective institutes and approach them. Okay, that's the only way. So make a list, read the papers, make a list, and then go through the website, find them, find their collaborative people, so that you can approach them also if they are working in Japan. So that's the approach you can try. And one more thing you should keep in mind, that if like in Japan there is like a system of a lab, that there is a professor, associate professor, and assistant professors in the same lab. So sometimes if you approach assistant professor, maybe he doesn't have projects, or he doesn't have authority to take you as a researcher, postdoctoral fellow. So better you go through their profile and find who is the senior professor in their lab, and you email to like all of them, like three of them, or how many are in the position as professor, assistant professor, associate professor. Sometimes you'll find um, uh, specially appointed professor. So even specially appointed professors don't have authority to host a fellow. Like me, for example, if I'm a JSPS fellow, if I get the position specially appointed assistant professor, I don't have authority to host anybody. So better you approach to professor, associate professor, and assistant professor from the same lab, so that they all receive your CV, and then they can discuss whether they want to host you or not. So that's the important thing, and an approach to find a host. Finding suitable host is that you cannot find someone from the website itself, because here people work in really interdisciplinary field. You rarely found someone who can, wait, I'll just check the message. Okay, I'm gonna take the questions later. Okay, so I will just finish my presentation. So what I was saying, that you cannot find the host by just going through the website, because as you know, in India also people don't update their pages, right? They are, maybe they have started working maybe 5 years ago and they were working on different field, but now because people are working in interdisciplinary fields, so people might have changed their fields. So how to get the correct information about their research work is through the papers. Find their recent papers, which you might not even get on their web page, because people are busy, they are not able to update it on the website itself. So Google Scholar will be a good option to search for new papers or recent papers, or any kind of platform which updates recent publications. So go through that, and that's how you find the host, and keep on sending emails. I would say, like, if they want you, they'll just send reply you back. If they don't, they won't reply. So just don't wait for somebody. Just keep on finding until you find the one. Talking about the big names, of course, it always helps. But the work, as you know, the world is changing fast. So there are new ideas coming up very fast. So big names might help, but they might have been working on the maybe older, traditional work style, and it might not suit you if you join the lab. So that's also one thing. But also recent research topics are coming up. Many young researchers are trying on new fields. So research area also matters. And of course, your proposal, how you make it, how attractive you can make it. That's also one of the important things. I would like to suggest that once you find a lab you want to go to, if you can contact somebody working over there, maybe Indian or anybody you can contact too, it's good to find out about the lab culture, because it's really important. Now you will not be a PhD anymore, that your supervisor tells you something and you just do it. Now you don't find a mentor. You will not be guided anymore. Okay, you have to do everything on your own, find your ways in the lab. Even if it is new, you don't know anything, you have to find your ways to get the work done. So lab culture is really important. So I would suggest, before you come, just do a little bit of search about your lab culture. Because see, once now you have the opportunity to apply many places, but once you get the position, you will be you know tired, you will be lazy, and to find the other position, it is difficult. Of course it is difficult. So you cannot tolerate it for 2 years, right? So that's why it is important. And one more thing is, because language is a big barrier here. Language is really a big barrier. So once you reach here, you have to learn Japanese, no matter what. Don't learn and they just do their work. But it is really, really important to learn Japanese, at least basic language, when you come here and you want to talk to other people, you want to make friends. And if the lab environment is not very international, so then you have to talk to Japanese people, Chinese people. So that's why. And some people, actually, some lab has more Japanese speaking people in their lab. So you will feel lonely. You will not be able to communicate with them, because they usually don't communicate by themselves. So you approach them, and if you don't know a little bit basics of their language, then it's really difficult to approach to them. So that's why lab culture, language, all those things matters. Why the host is also important, because your application, you will make the proposal in English, But your application from the host institute will be all in Japanese, and that's why host plays an important role. If he doesn't have time, then they will not entertain you at all because they are super busy. And imagine filling an application for somebody else in Japanese, converting their proposal in Japanese. It's really a time taking job. So that's why, unless they're really interested in you or in your ideas, they will not entertain you. So that's why the host matters a lot, because he is the one who will be taking care of your application. Whatever communication will be from JSPS, he will be the mediator before you. So it's a tedious job for them. Okay, so now let's talk about the proposal. As you already have written a lot of research papers, doing research, so you know that the proposal should be really clear and focused. We will discuss about the proposal, like the application actually looks, and it has only 2 pages for your proposal. So don't make it very broad. Just keep it very, very focused. For focused objectives, maybe a paragraph of background, 3 4 objectives, and what can be the outcome, that we will discuss. What are the things you need to cover? Make it very, very precise, very precise. Don't talk about the world, just about your topic, about your research, what you are going to do, and how it is beneficial for your host or Japan. So very clear, very easy English. As I told, English is a barrier. So even the professors or like young age professors, they like English is really, really difficult for them. So I would suggest use very simple language, easy to understand by anybody. So very clear and focused objectives. Show applicability of your work, whether it is science, engineering, AI, whatever. Once you show the applicability, how it is applicable. Japan is said to be the hub for technologies. Why? Because even if they develop a simplest thing, they apply it, they make a product out of it. So applicability of your work is important. The suitability of host, as I told, find their research papers, recent research papers, go through them, and approach to the host. The research area which you are focusing on should be aligned with your host researcher's profile, and be realistic whether it is, achievable or not. Now, finalization of application. As I told that it's really difficult to communicate with Japanese people because they are very shy, and also they are very busy in their life. So it's really important for you to take step for your proposal. Go through it 100 times. Make it simple, make it attractive. You can use 1 or 2 figures to make it more attractive. So once somebody sees your application, so first thing is your like the figure you have proposed, that what we are going to do. So it's better to make it more attractive and easy. I will focus it again and again, easy, emphasize it, to make it easy to understand. Okay, so the outcome of your application will be in terms of papers, in terms of collaborations, in terms of global impact. You can talk about sustainability, environment. You will visit the conferences. You'll get the budget for conferences also, and papers also. In Japan, many of the universities have, subscription of Elsevier and big journals. So you don't worry about the budget for papers. You will get it from the institute. And also be mindful of the proposal format. Do not change anything in the format. It will be as it is. They don't like any change. Okay, so the application is 7 pages, not at all beyond that. So Yeah. Common mistakes to avoid, as I already discussed, generally generic or overly broad research objectives, work alignment with the host institution, or over ambitious timelines. Just to say whatever you can do in 2 years, that's it. Missing documents, unclear proposal. Read through the guidelines before and during the application preparation. Provide whatever is needed from your side. Don't irritate them, because sometimes we just skip some things and then it is not good for us. Even if the host agrees to host you, even if you get the money, you get the position, it will be difficult if you don't make a good first impression. So I will suggest you read through all the guidelines by yourself, maybe once or twice. Prepare all the documents necessary from your side. Don't let them contact you again and again for your documents. So prepare by yourself. Avoid over communication or no communication. Like over communication, because they are super busy. Professors, associate assistant professors are super busy. They don't want to, overwhelmed with the communication by you. So that's why prepare once in advance, read through the application guidelines, whatever, and prepare everything. When you communicate with them, just make sure you do your 100%, so that they don't have to, they won't be bothered and they don't have to bother you. Or no communication, maybe they'll forget because they have like a number of tasks to do. So just average. Okay. So until now, if you have any question, you can ask. Then we can go ahead with the actual application, how it looks like, the form. Okay, so I got the question here. University of Tokyo has water resource or sustainable agriculture dedicated department. They have agriculture department, a very big agriculture department, and they also work on water. So you can approach to them. What are the chances to get selected if the one's proposal is submitted? As I told, there are 10% of successful rate, 10% success rate of all JSPS applications. So you can't really say. Any opportunity after MTech? Of course, you can apply for PhD through MEXT. You can apply for PhD through MEXT. Okay. Or some people do, they come as a researcher. I don't know the name, visiting researcher or something for a few months, and then they apply here for JSPS fellowship. So Kaushik, I would suggest you go through the MEXT website, JSPS website. You will find programs suitable for you, or you can directly approach to the host professors to take you as a researcher. They have some position for after MTech. So you can definitely apply for it. When the result will be declared for April session, April, May, June, July, August, maybe August, because I applied for the same session. Do people who have submitted their thesis, but yes, you are eligible. You are eligible. Okay, so let's quickly go through the form on the JSPS website, and then we will take questions. Okay. So here, I clicked on the link and you reach to the JSPS website. As you see here, directly postdoctoral fellowship for research in Japan. Okay. So these are the programs. Summer program, you have to go through it individually. I'm not going to read it here because it will take time. But you read through these programs and you'll find in which program you are eligible. Summer program, strategic program, short-term program, and short-term program PE, PA. These are pre or postdocs, and this is postdocs, and this is standard program. Okay, so let's click on this. Here, you have directly come to the standard program. Okay. So most of the institutes in Japan are eligible for this. So you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so some people ask how much is the financial support? That's it. 3,62,000 per month. You'll get it. And this is non-taxable. So this is all you will get. No deductions. Okay. A round trip airfare ticket जब आप इंडिया से जापान आओगे and when you will finish your tenure and go back to India, you'll get the airfare. And settling in allowance जो मैंने अभी बताया था, you will get 200,000 settling in allowance. You will get it for sure. Okay, so these are the things. You can also go through this program guidelines and you'll get to know everything about it. Okay, so now I'm going to go here, standard program on the left hand side. यहाँ पे आपको सब मिल जाएगा, whatever you are looking for, about the program, about the guidelines, application schedule. Okay, selection process, application, overseas nominate, sorry. Program procedure for successful fellows. Once you get applications pass through, means you get the fellowship, you go through this program procedure for successful fellows. You will find everything. Okay, so now we don't need to talk about it here. So we talk about this application guidelines and application schedule. About the program we just read, let's see the application guidelines. So in red font, you can see applications open now. Postdoctoral fellowship for research in Japan. Application deadline is by 5 p.m. August 29. As I discussed before, you have to prepare your application before July 29. Don't fall for this, okay? July 29 is the last date when you have to submit your application to the host institute. All right, mark this. Okay, then you will get the application guideline here. Review section table. Okay, you don't need, maybe you can go through it, but this is the important thing which you have to read it. Okay, you'll get everything here. Short-term program, long-term program, whatever you are looking for, you'll find all the answers here. Okay, everything. They will tell you everything step by step. So just go through it. Okay, now application guidelines to download. So these are the same things. Okay, now the instruction for the application forms and selection process. Why I'm showing you this is because sometimes we have a lot of things and we just don't have time to read all these things. So that's why I'm showing you what are the important things you should go through as an important thing. इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉर द एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म्स एंड सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस. इसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि क्या आपको एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरना है, बिकॉज देर आर मेनी थिंग्स विच होस्ट हैज टू डू इट. सो यू जस्ट टेक आउट दोज थिंग्स विच ओनली यू हैव टू डू इट. आपने उस पर क्लिक किया, it is on the same page. See, if you go through it, this page, it will take you everywhere you want to go. So you will click on this instructions and you will reach here. Instructions for application forms. Now you click here. Now you will get the information about the application forms. आपका फोटो किस साइज का होना चाहिए. Be mindful of the format. Don't overlook it. I'm saying it again and again. Don't overlook about the format. Whatever they said, maybe they will accept your application, but at the end they're gonna check it. So be mindful of the format they have given. See, they have underlined it. That means this is necessary. Okay, so read it, everything. Research title, fellowship tenure, full name, nationality. They have defined each and everything, even the basic things. So just go through it. Here the award of degree. Okay, so the one who was asking question about whether I'm eligible or not, just go through it. You will get your answer. Okay, about the form 2. Candidate fill out the form 2 in English or Japanese. So this is the important thing. This is gonna be done by you, not by your host. So form 2 is important. I will show you how form 2 looks like and how you can download the form 2. So rest of the things are basic. You just go through it and you'll get your answers. I'll talk about the form 2 because they have always mentioned about form 2. Okay, here the list of forms. Application forms for 2025 download. Okay, so here form 1. They have mentioned everything. Form 1, application form to be filled out in JSPS electronic application system by the host researcher. So you don't have to do anything in this. Form 1, format for preparation. This also you don't have to do anything. Your host supervisor will do it. So it's, I think, basically the same thing. It's just the Word format, and this is the electronically filled form. So Word format so that they can fill it and check how it looks. This is the form 2, application form filled out by the foreign candidate. So foreign candidate is you here. In all the application here, foreign candidate is you. Okay. So you can download it from here in Word form, in PDF form from here. And this is also important thing, list of recommendation. So here you need to get at least one recommendation letter, and that can be your supervisor. Okay, here is the format for recommendation letter. I will just show you how it looks. Okay, so this should be on the letterhead, definitely on your supervisor's institute. Mrs. Sugino Tsuyoshi is the president of JSPS, so this address will be same as it is because your supervisor is directly sending this to the JSPS. So this will be named for Mr. Tsuyoshi. Recommendation letter for your name, and then you write, like your supervisor will write whatever good things about you, and that's download this format and send it to your supervisor as it is. Okay, and also one more thing, this application is should be signed by pen. Okay, so they have to download it and then sign it and then scan it and send it to you. Okay, so now is the form 2. I have already downloaded form 2. I'll just go through it. Here is 2026 form 2. I hope you all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So see, every form ऊपर mention हुआ होगा what form is this, form 2, form 1. Even after your selection, there will be a lot of forms, form 6, 7, like that, form 9, form 15. So they have number of every form, so you don't get confused. Okay, form के ऊपर भी लिखा होगा. And this is how your application, real application will look like. ठीक है, ये आपको ही भरना है. But before that, your proposal आपको कैसे ready करना है, that we will discuss. But this is the after part. Okay, after you find a host, he agrees to host you, he fill your application, and then he will suggest you or maybe tells you to fill this application form. But you can download it in advance and prepare it in advance, no problem. Okay, so your name, everything is in English. You don't need to worry about it because your supervisor will fill it in Japanese in electronic system. So you just fill it in English. Okay, so yeah, everything which you can fill here, no problem at all. Higher education, start from the latest one. They have instructed very nicely. Actually, if you just sit for 1 or 2 hours, go through it, you'll find all the answers. Fill everything here, month, year, whatever information. Don't miss out any information. Okay, they really get irritated if they don't find it anything which is actually mentioned that you have to fill it, and if they don't find it, they really get irritated. So better not to do that. Awards, you can write your awards here. They have mentioned how to write it, Japanese, English, Hindi. ठीक है. Now is the important part. Research achievements and results. ये आपको बहुत ही carefully लिखना है, and actually they have mentioned the instructions here. Do not change the number of pages. Okay. The location or title, अभी इन्होंने 15 नंबर पे दिया है, तो it should be on 15 number. It shouldn't be changed. If it is on page F3, it should be on page F3. It should not be changed. Okay, so be mindful of that. And that's why they have written the instructions everywhere so that you don't do these mistakes. Research achievements and results. It's not necessary you fill the full form, full page. Okay, it can be 5 lines, it can be 10 lines, but it should be very clear. What are your research achievements? Okay, research paper maybe will not, yeah, research paper will not come here in research achievements. Okay, so be mindful. A list of major publications will be here all, and be mindful of this sequence. Authors, title, journal, volume, number, page, month, and year. Okay. So list of major publications will be here. If you have more number of publications, just pick out the recent ones and the ones which are really related to your proposal, which shows that you have already experience on this research topic. So choose those papers, and also choose the papers in which you are first author, in which you are corresponding author. Those are the important things. So first author, corresponding author, related to your proposal which you are sending, and the recent ones. These are the 4 important things. You can pick out those papers. If you have more than 10 papers, you cannot fit in one page, right? So that's why. Now this is the important thing, research plan in Japan. That's the research proposal you have to make. Now what I was telling you that this is only 2 pages. Okay. So be very concise, precise. फिगर जो भी है वो 2 पेजेस में ही आना है. तो बहुत ज़्यादा इलेबोरेट करने की, बहुत ज़्यादा रेफरेंसेस देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बी प्रिसाइज एंड स्पेसिफिक. ओके, सो दीज आर द थिंग्स यू हैव टू कवर इन दीज 2 पेजेस. सो यू कैन ईजिली प्लान कि आप आधा पेज बैकग्राउंड का लिख लें, पर्पज ऑफ प्रपोज्ड रिसर्च आप आधा पेज लिख लें, प्रपोज प्लान में आधा पेज आ जाएगा, एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट्स एंड इम्पैक्ट में आधा पेज आ जाएगा, एंड देन उसके लास्ट में 2-3 रेफरेंसेस आप ऐड कर सकते हो. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ यू हैव टू प्लान इट. So this thing you actually can prepare in just simple word format. Okay. First prepare in the word format as you do project proposals or write papers. Similarly, you copy paste these things and write a draft in the word format and then try to fit it in here. Okay, that will be easy. That's how I did. So that's my suggestion. Don't directly write it here so that you can have the idea कि कितना मुझे background लिखना है, how many words I have to write in purpose or proposed plan. So only 2 pages. Your academic goals and career prospects after the fellowship. So here I will suggest you write that you want to do good research. You want to do research something which is in favor of Japan and India both. You point out some problems and point out how you are solving those problems. करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स आफ्टर द फेलोशिप में मैं ये सजेस्ट करूँगी यू जस्ट गिव दैट आई वुड लाइक टू स्टे इन जापान टू सर्व फॉर 2-3 years before coming to my country because after getting the fellowship from JSPS I would like to serve Japan for the benefit of people society like that. Okay, and that's it. यहाँ पे आपको अपना साइन करना है, प्रिंटेड सिग्नेचर, रियल सिग्नेचर, डेट. That's the form 2. This is really important part. Now I will just quickly show you how my application looks like. Okay. See, uh, electronically generated application is this. So my supervisor did everything in Japanese. So you can see all Japanese here. Even the title is in Japanese here. Okay. Everything, each and everything. That's why you should fill the correct information so that your supervisor can directly see it and change it to Japanese. So here something about me. It is in Japanese. So my supervisor has to translate it. Okay. So your supervisor can get it from your resume also, CV. So he will ask for your CV as well. So make a detailed CV. So everything is in Japanese. Okay. So here is the form 2 I talked about, right? Form 2. So I filled this form 2. Everything. Okay. My awards, whatever you feel that you can fill in this category, you can do it. Your research achievements and results. So it's like a cover letter. Okay. So be mindful. It's like a cover letter. No need to worry about it. So you just flaunt yourself. मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया, I went there, I presented my research there, like that. And in the last paragraph, what are the results? So results are, for a researcher, results are their research work, right? Their papers, reports, books, book chapters, like that. List of major publications. And this. So the purpose of showing this is just to give you an idea, background, purpose of research. तो आपके जो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं वो आप पर्पस में ही लिखेंगे एंड प्लान में आप मेथोडोलॉजी लिखेंगे. यू सी एक ही पेज में आई डिड 3 थिंग्स एंड देन आपका फिगर एक अच्छा सा रहेगा यहाँ पे, है ना? एंड दिस इज मेथोडोलॉजी ऑल्सो. यू डोंट नीड टू एक्सप्लेन टू मच. You just give a short points and then explain it through a figure. It will be really easy to understand. And outcomes also you can add here, like impact of your paper, expected results and impacts, and references. That's it. Your career goals. And at the end, there will be recommendation letter from your supervisor. Okay. So here I think I'm all done from my side. If you have any questions which we have not covered, you can ask here. I'm stopping sharing my screen. Yeah. Okay, so I have a lot of questions in the in the chat box. So I'm gonna read it and give you answers if I know. Is there any University of Tokyo? Is this JSPS? No, only one is. No. Okay. So is there any research related to climate change and hydrology in University of Tokyo? Is this JSPS is applicable for only one institute? No. It is applicable across Japan. और मैं ये suggest करूँगी, I will suggest you that you don't need to aim for the premium. Like, there is nothing premium in Japan. Every institute has the same value. Okay, it's not like कि यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ टोक्यो अच्छी है तो नागोया यूनिवर्सिटी अच्छी नहीं है. It's not like that. Okay, they get similar funds, they get similar kind of positions, similar labs. So no matter where you apply, the matter is you get the JSPS fellowship. सो डोंट लुक फॉर कि मुझे यू टोक्यो में ही जाना है या ओसाका यूनिवर्सिटी में ही जाना है. आई वुड सजेस्ट देर आर मैनी यूनिवर्सिटीज. टू नेम अ फ्यू: टोक्यो यूनिवर्सिटी, क्योतो यूनिवर्सिटी, ओसाका यूनिवर्सिटी, नागोया यूनिवर्सिटी, त्सुकुबा यूनिवर्सिटी. These are just five, and there are many. Kyushu University, a lot of universities. So you can apply from anywhere, any institute you can choose. Okay. Yes, they do a lot of research on climate change and hydrology, not only in Tokyo, but all over Japan. As you know, Japan's location, geographical location is so risky. So they do a lot of research on earthquakes, hydrology, climate change. So you have to find your suitable host. Is it available for engineers as well? I see only sciences in the research field. No, it is available to all. It depends on your research topic. It doesn't matter what you did. It depends on your research topic, in which category it falls. Okay. Can you please discuss about short-term invitational fellowship? I would recommend you to go through the website of MEXT. You can write it down. MEXT fellowship, JSPS fellowship, and there is one more program. Is called Sakura program. Sakura Japan Indo program, something like that. You can just type Sakura program. You'll find the website. I have publications, but the ones related to the proposed research are yet to be published. What are your suggestions on this? Okay, if you are still waiting those papers to be published, then you don't have to add it here because they ask for the published papers. But of course, you can ask your host supervisor whether you want to add it or not. But this thing you can reflect in your research achievements. In your research achievements, you can reflect that I have experience of working on this technology or this research and I have achieved this. So I am hopeful that I will definitely get good results and I will do better things for Japan, India. Like this you can frame it like that. Can you answer last? Okay. I am MTech student from IIT Roper. Is there any opportunity to get admission in PhD Japan's top university? It is feasible to have a dream like this. From a middle class boy from India, like, can we survive there by only stipend, or we have to find any extra way to earn or borrow pocket money from home? Okay, very good question, because I think most of us belong to the middle class family. So it's not a, it's not a, it's important thing to ask. Okay. So, see, you can definitely come for research in Japan, because bachelor's or master's के लिए जो लोग आते हैं, they already have money and they can easily survive on their parents' money. But if you're looking for something on your own, then you get the max fellowship and you want to come for PhD, right? So PhD is not a problem. You get the max fellowship, you can get the JSPS fellowship, and after coming here also you can get some other funds from your lab. If your lab is rich, they have a lot of projects, they can also give you other funds. Apart from this, everybody जो भी यहाँ पे आता है, everybody does a side part time job. It's not a shame, it's a important thing, but the language is important. So if you really want to come to Japan and you are dreaming about it, I would recommend you start learning Japanese a little bit, कहीं से भी, Duolingo से करो या online platform कहीं से भी करो, या फिर you can join any Instagram channel जहाँ पे बहुत सारी languages सिखाते हैं, and you can easily find very frequently used Japanese words, sentences, short sentences, and once you know them, you will be very easy to survive here, and you will get a job side, part-time job here very easily. You are a student, and everybody does that. Okay, and it's not like India. You will get a very good salary here. Actually, it's like same as me or same as any other buddy here, because यहाँ पे घंटे के हिसाब से पेमेंट मिलता है. Of course it will be tiring, it will be, बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, because time limited रहेगा, but you can survive. Other people are surviving, so you can also do it. So don't doubt about it. 3.6 lakhs JPY enough to sustain with a family in Japan when they will call? Okay, I'll take this question first. Yes, good question. I would like to discuss here that if you are coming with a family, with your spouse, I would recommend go to the university which are away from the city. As I told, यहाँ पे university का status सब same है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि ये अच्छी है, वो ranking को छोड़ दो. But in Japan, all the universities like same. Okay. So I would suggest you find a university, जैसे कि Kyushu University. I was there. Their living expense is so cheap compared to Tokyo. I am getting the same fellowship, but Tokyo में मैं उसका दुगना तिगुना पे करती हूँ. So I would recommend, if you're coming with a family, find a university somewhere in the corner of the Japan, and you will be happy there because you will get this much salary, and it will be easier to survive. You can stay in a good house, big house for your family, and you can be conveniently buying a car there. There's no problem staying there. So if you're coming alone and you can, don't bother about savings, then go to the cities. But if you bother about the savings and also coming with the family, I would recommend choose the, like, not top tier city. Choose some a little bit, outskirts. It will be better. The quality of life is same. Don't bother about it. Quality of life will be same everywhere in Japan. When they will call after selection in August, when the result will declare in the first week or last week? I don't remember, but maybe in the middle. And you don't worry about it. You will get an email for telling you that you have been selected. From that day, you can start preparing for the things you need. And as I shown before in the website, they will tell you each and everything, what to do, what is next. But yeah, मैं समझ सकती हूँ, confusion होता है, problem होती है, because you cannot discuss it with anybody. You don't know whom to, contact for the right information. But don't worry about it. Just follow the instructions जो भी आपको मिलेंगे, and you will get through it. Or maybe I can actually host a session in August for the people who will be selected. I can guide through about the, visa process, about the documents they will get, something like that. So don't worry about it. How about the culture as a postdoc? How many working hours a day? How many days a week? Well, honestly, it has like different opinion for different people. So okay, so I can tell you just my opinion, but if you talk to other people, you might get different opinions. So don't judge on the basis of that, right? Because मैंने बताया lab culture पे depend करता है. So work culture for postdoc in Japan is like, I would say, is like India. You come to the lab, do your research, go in the evening. It's fine. Just do your work. That's it. And about the leave, so your leave will be counted when you go out of Japan for work or for personal. In Japan, if you are not feeling well, if you are not feeling like to go, You can just, ask your supervisor and he will just say, okay, take rest or something like that. So I think work culture depends on lab, honestly. But I would say that, yeah, you will be leading your project. You have to do everything on your own. So, yeah, it might be different for different people. Okay, so the session is about to close. And if you have any question, you can send me email or you can send me through LinkedIn. Okay? Or I wish you good luck for finding the host. I wish you good luck for selection of your application and just do your best. I know it's a tough phase for all of you, but you'll go through it. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for joining. And please help your friends also who are in need of this kind of information. Might be not all, but yeah, I hope that I solve your queries. Thank you so much. Okay, so if any question I skipped, I don't know, but I think I got all the questions here. So thank you so much for joining and making it a success counseling session. Thank you. I'm gonna